It is rough out there, my brothers, in the bulk commodities industries. As you can see on this load tracker I have over here onto your to the right of your screen there, or to the right of my camera. Those are the loads that are currently available and the destinations of where they go. The darker the green, the more loads. The lighter the green, the less of the loads. And if it's white, there are none at all, such as Vermont up here. Vermont has 0 loads. Sometimes Nevada and Arizona will be white, meaning no loads. But right now there are not a whole lot of loads out there in the bulk community, which means there are a lot of trucks and not a lot of freight, and the rates are really, really bad right now. Some of us are going through a very difficult time, and what's very strange is this just happened toward the end of last week. This has happened almost overnight, and it's not a good situation right now. If you are not well founded at this particular point in Hopper Bottom, you are not having a good time. I can give you an example. I have a contact in South Carolina that I get first dibs on the load coming out of a particular area over there, and so I'll send guys over there. And there are no more loads, which was the reason I have that contact, is because my guys were always over there and I needed a regular source out. Well, right now there are no more of those loads for this week or next week, and we're looking into the end of the month before any more loads come out of there from my particular contact, and it was my main contact for loads coming out of that area. California, there's nothing coming out of California for hopper, nothing at all. I can pull up California if I go to hopper, which I am, and search. I mean, Oregon to California, Oregon to California. Am I looking at the wrong one? These are loads going to California. Sorry. Let's look for loads coming out of California. Okay, so we got Compton to Sterling, Colorado. That load does not currently, well, I think there was one load there, and these are both the same load, these loads here. Guys are trying to get them covered. This is a specialized load for an EPA tarp, which we do not have. In the whole state of California, there are 4 loads coming out. Actually, 3, if this load is even still available, and this load going to Oregon. Anybody who's done trucking, in my particular situation, it is extremely expensive because I have to buy a permit for the amount of miles I drive in that state before I get there, and it's not cheap. So in all of California, there are 8 loads, and the next closest place out of California for me is usually Utah or Idaho. To go back east. Utah loads normally go to Colorado. Idaho loads I can get back into North Dakota, which is optimal. And the Idaho loads are usually not that bad, but I had not looked before I did this video, so I'm going to look live with you right now. Pocatello to Fort Collins. See, there's a Soda Springs to Landon, North Dakota. So there's a South Dakota, there's a couple of South Dakota loads on it. The loads coming out right now are real nice for availability. I do not know what their rates are because obviously I haven't called them. But one of the problems with going to Utah is a majority of the loads tend to go I'm sorry, tend to go over to Utah. Um, in Utah, most of those loads go across over the pass to Colorado or Nebraska. And they normally do not, they pay okay, but not great. But once you get over to California, you're looking at $1.50, $1.25 a mile to come out of Colorado. It's all grain, it's all cheap freight. As you can see, there's 7 listings here. I don't know how many are actually valid or available, but there are only 7 listings. That is not a lot of listings for all these trucks that are out there right now. And when you look at loads coming out of Colorado, which would be my position if I went that way, I know a lot of this is wheat and grains that do not pay very good. Oklahoma is another low rate area for low paying loads. So there are loads coming out of here. There's all kinds of loads coming out of Colorado. Unfortunately, they're all very low paying loads, and I know that from experience. There are 31 listings. So that gives you a good chance to get a load, but the chance of it being paying very well is minimal. It's not good at all. So anyway, right now the situation is really bad in the hopper bottom world, and it has me concerned. And at this point, it's not even the rates. The rates aren't great, but the lack of freight is what's really bad right now. It's not good. So I have a lot of concerns about what's going to happen in the next couple of months in the hopper bottom industry, and we are going to try to ride it out. We don't have a choice. We have to, and we just got to keep our. I've just got to be smart about where I send trucks and the kind of rates that I'm going to be getting once they get there, and how many loads are available. And my guys do not like short haul, and they're used to running out to, Kansas to Colorado, Kansas to South Carolina. They're used to the long haul rates, and as you can see from this map, there aren't going to be a lot of long haul rates, a lot of long hauls that are going to be able to get my guys back to where they need to be to make money. So it's going to be a real difficult month so far. I don't know what next month is going to look like or the month after, but for right now, this week and the latter part of last week have been really, really bad. It has not been good. So if you're thinking about jumping out there and getting in the hopper bottom, keep in mind that there are a lot of us out here already, and the freight is limited, and you have megas who are now jumping in the hopper bottom because the rates in dry van and reefer are so bad because that market is so oversaturated. They are far, far worse than the hopper bottom, and there's a lot of them. And some of these megas are now jumping into the hopper bottom world, and they're starting to saturate our industry, and they're undercutting everyone, driving the rates down. And that might be part of the problem of why there's so little freight right now, because I think the megas are swooping it all up for, cut rate. I don't know any other way to explain it. One mega within the last couple of weeks has gotten in a hopper bottom, and since then things have been really, really bad. Coincidence? I don't know. But they show up, and now there's no freight, and the freight there is does not pay very well. So that's my short little clip for today. I haven't been doing very much on YouTube, but I just wanted to do a quick video of the kind of things I'm dealing with right now in the hopper bottom world, and what the industry is currently looking like. And my advice to you: don't buy a truck, don't buy a trailer, and do not get into the industry right now. There are a lot of carriers who jumped in during the COVID phase when rates were skyrocketing and rates were thick, and a lot of those guys are gone now. When you look at the statistics right now, there have been an incredible amount of people who've dropped out since the COVID rage has ended. I guess they made their money and they're moving on to some other opportunity. So.